Look how clean that pool is. I felt, so the pool guy has just been to clean it, and yeah, just having a little bit of a nat, well, not much of a chat really, and I gave him a tip, and I felt so emasculated because he just brushed it off like it was nothing, and worked it out, and it was like half a day's wage for him. So I was like, oh yeah, there you go. And he was just like, oh, cup and cap, thank you. I was like, oh, well, that hurt. But anyway, we move on. I'm very appreciative for that man and him cleaning my dirty little pool. Now, today's video is about how to start a side hustle. And firstly, we're going to change the phrase side hustle to extracurricular cash monies. Okay, that's what we're going with. But making bags on the side is brilliant, whether you want to spend it on your partner, on getting loads of Nerf guns, spend all of it on lottery tickets, or put it into a nice low yield ISA that you won't touch for 40 years. Whatever you want to do with it, it's just nice to have that extra bit of money. Eventually, we want to get to the point where we're stacking those racks so much that we can say to our boss, I don't want to work here anymore, eat a bag of dicks. And the beauty of this side income is that we can actually control pretty directly how much we're earning. Whereas with a job, you can put in extra hours, you can go above and beyond, you can always be taking on new tasks, new projects, and you can be doing all of that for a long time just for your boss to say, oh, thanks, keep up the good work. And now what you've done is you've raised your level of work from here to here, but you're still getting paid for down here, all right? And now your boss expects this for this much, okay? So if you ask for a raise, you're gonna have to do this. Whereas so you're at here, if you think, oh, this isn't worth it, if you drop back down to what you were working before for your pay level, then the boss is going to see that massive dip in performance, and then you're going to get a nice little P45 on your desk. So what you should do is do what I do in relationships and set the bar dead low to start off with, so that avoid all disappointment. Or what we can do is we can start earning those sideline P's and Q's, which is why you're here, which is why you've come to me, which is why you're just watching this video. This is why we spend this time together. So let's get into it. Now, firstly, you're gonna wanna have a little think, and I know, ridiculous. How can he ask so much of you? I know you have to get over it, but you're gonna have to have a little think about how much time you want to invest into this side bag making machine. Look, if you have a 9 to 5, you're going to the gym, you've also got kids, then trying to allocate more than an hour a day is going to seem unrealistic. Whereas if you work a part-time job, you've got a lot of spare time where you're just looking at women on TikTok or like playing video games or got your hand in your pants, then obviously you should allocate a lot more time to this. But for those of you who can't really allocate more than an hour a day, then don't worry, because it's not about the time you allocate, it's about how smart you work in that time. It's about how much you get done in that time, because yeah, someone can have 3 hours a day to allocate to this, but they're just researching, they are not taking any action, they're just doing all this, like they're basically coping, then changing their minds, not making any progress. Whereas if you have an hour a day, you know exactly what you're doing in that hour, you know how it contributes to your progress, and you're doing that very consistently, then you're going to make amazing progress. Next, you want to have a think about what business model you want to use. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one. Like if you go onto YouTube and search like bag making systems alongside a 9 to 5, then there are going to be so many different ways. One tip that I recommend is just stay away from all market-based stuff, Forex, crypto, all that sort of shit, because you can't directly control how much you earn. With a service-based business, you can, because you put input in and you get output out. That's how it works. You don't depend on the whole market or various events going on in the world for you to make money. It's just your work and how well you deliver that work. That is it, basically. That is why I teach it, that is why I love it, I recommend it so much. I know it's difficult to know whether you can find all the information that you need on YouTube as opposed to buying a course. Personally, I think when you're just starting out, yes, you can find all the information that you need on YouTube. You just have to find the right channel. But the hard part is actually just sticking to these actions, because to be honest, you'll be doing actions on a daily basis and you're not going to see results for a while, but you got to stick with them. anything that has a really great benefit at the end, you're not going to see results for a while. You've got that delayed gratification, like working out, eating well, meditating, starting an online business. Like, these all have these consistent, simple steps that you need to put in, day out, in order to reap the rewards further down the line. I get it, the impatience will kick in, and you're gonna feel maybe disappointed, frustrated, but you've just got to focus on, right, this is the action I'm doing. It will get me to where I want to be further down the line. You've got to avoid this thing of like, oh, that person made 10K in 2 days from this different business model, or that person did that and he's now got a Lamborghini that he rents. Like, you've just got to understand that every time you change, you're basically starting from square one. So stick with that business model that you choose and just be consistent with those daily actions. Next is to create a plan on how you're going to implement this. So like a schedule, I guess. So find an hour or 2 hours or however much time you're going to invest and allocate it. Like, allocate that time. So let's say you do 8 until 10 p.m. every night. You are allocating to growing your business. You know that means no nights out. That means no going to the pub, no bingo. You've got to understand that that's a good thing. You are building something amazing. So saying no to a night out rather than like building this business that's going to bring you your own P's and Q's, then obviously you choose that business. But when you're in the mind, like when they're texting you and it's 7:45 and they're like, oh, you coming or what? You've just got to always be thinking, no, I'm doing this because I want to say to my boss, go eat a bag of dicks in 6 weeks' time. So you just got to think, would you rather have a night out, or would you rather quit your job, like quit your 9 to 5, earn your own money, travel the world with an online business? Or it doesn't have to be an online business, but yeah, you've just got to think about what you'd rather do. And my final bit of advice would be to track your work. This is something that I didn't do for a long time. When you track your work, you're much more likely to be able to improve, because when you track your work, you can see what actions like led to the success. You can see what actions led to failures. And over time, like your whole journey with building this side bag making machine is, I'm avoiding the word hustle so bad, is that you are wanting to replicate the actions that led to the successes and just minimize the actions that led to the failures. So that's a brief overview of how to start making those extracurricular cash monies. You want to have a think about how much time you want to invest. You want to choose a business model. You want to create a plan, like a schedule on what hours you're going to dedicate to this. And you're going to want to track your work just to make sure that you are moving towards your goal. Because if you're just working without tracking it, then you're just treading water. You're not making any progress. You don't know where to go. Make sure you track it. It's very important. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.